Good afternoon. I'm Gwendolyn Morton, and this is Live at 5 on WBON TV Channel 9, where every local story starts here. Some of our top headlines for this Friday. There was an overnight rescue at the Gorge. We've got all the details on that. Plus, a body discovered following a Morehead fire, and one man is behind bars for stealing from an ambulance. Plus, last night, I hope you got to get out and see all those beautiful northern lights. We've got Todd in the Weather Center today. He's going to show you some viewer clips of those, some pics that were taken last night. And of course, Michael Watkins will be in the sports studio. He's got all the latest, including Friday Night Lights. That's all coming up today, live at 5. But first, on our WBON TV big story of the day, the Wolfe County Search and Rescue Team successfully rescued 2 experienced hikers who had become lost above Caparis Creek last night. The hikers, who had been missing for 4 hours, were able to provide their location thanks to a locator link sent to their mobile device. Due to recent storms and the approaching nightfall, the rescue team decided to hike along Caparis Creek and find a way to access the hikers from below. The team successfully located the hikers and used hand lines to guide them safely down from the cliffs. The rescue operation was completed just after midnight. Good news there. A devastating house fire in Morehead early this morning has claimed the life of one man. The Rowan County coroner identified the victim as 62-year-old Stanley R. Irwin. Firefighters responded to the scene and discovered Irwin's body inside the home after the flames were extinguished. His wife and another family member were able to escape unharmed. The cause of the fire is currently under investigation by Kentucky State Police. Anyone with information is urged to contact the KSP 606-784-4127. A Powell County man is facing charges after allegedly stealing prescription drugs from an ambulance. Brandon Patrick was arrested Wednesday and accused of taking Toradol, a potent pain reliever. According to the complaint warrant, Patrick admitted to stealing the drug in a text message to the EMS director. The incident is currently under investigation. A Somerset man, Colton Randolph, is facing multiple charges after a high-speed chase that spanned several counties. The chase began in Pulaski County when deputies attempted to stop Randolph for reckless driving. Randolph fled the scene, nearly striking several vehicles, including police cars. The chase continued into Wayne County and eventually ended in Clinton County, where Randolph struck another vehicle. After being removed from the SUV, Randolph resisted arrest and was treated at the scene by paramedics. Police found methamphetamine in the SUV. Randolph was charged with reckless driving, improper passing, disregarding a traffic control device, fleeing or evading police, operating a motor vehicle under the influence, and resisting arrest. He is also wanted for wanton endangerment and promoting contraband. He was taken to the Pulaski County Detention Center. Governor Andy Beshear has ordered all flags at all state buildings to be lowered to half-staff from sunrise to sunset tomorrow in honor of the medical helicopter crew killed October 7th in a crash in Owenton. An air evac life team crew consisting of pilot Gail Butch Allman, 66, Jr., flight nurse Bethany Aikman, 40, and flight paramedic James Welsh, 29, was on the way to pick up a patient when, according to initial investigations by the Federal Aviation Administration, their helicopter struck a guy wire and crashed. All 3 members of the crew, based out of Grant County, died on that accident. Governor Beshear encourages all individuals, businesses, and organizations to join the tribute. Additional flag status information is always available at governor.ky.gov flag status. A Rowan County firefighter has been charged with arson. Reportedly, emergency crews were at the scene of a structure fire in Morehead at a home on Open Fork Road, a home they say had been vacant for several years. According to state police, a caller informed investigators that Edward Stevens asked them to report the fire since it would look suspicious for him to report it, and as he worked for the fire department and had already reported 3 fires in the past year. Officers talked with Stevens' wife, who did confirm that she was with him when He started the fire. Stevens was arrested on charges of second-degree arson and lodged in the Rowan County Detention Center. Well, a piece of history was unearthed during a construction at a Paris elementary school. Contractors discovered a time capsule believed to have been placed in the school's cornerstone back in 1939. The capsule was found during renovations to add a new preschool to the school, which was built as a Public Works Administration project during the Franklin D. Roosevelt presidency. Local historians had long speculated about the existence of a time capsule in the cornerstone. After moving the stone, workers discovered a sealed box inside. The principal, Leanne Pickerel, expressed excitement but also concern about opening the box due to potential water damage. Pickerel plans to open the time capsule at a ribbon-cutting ceremony for the new building on October the 30th. She hopes to involve local historians in carefully opening the box and preserving its contents for display. Cool story there. Lexington police are investigating a shooting that occurred early Friday morning. According to officials, they responded to a shots fired report on Ash Street around 3:45 a.m. Shortly after, a wounded man walked into Fire Station Number 1. Initially, the injury was reported as a gunshot wound, but police aren't sure that that's what happened to the man. However, the property was reportedly damaged by gunfire. Officials say they believe that two groups were involved in a shooting and that some ran off before police arrived at the scene. The victim was taken to a hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. This is a developing story, and of course, we'll bring you more updates as they become available. We're going to take a quick break. We've got Todd in the Weather Center today, along with some absolutely beautiful pictures from last night's Mother Nature display, those northern lights. That's coming up next.
Are you tired of the same food options when you're trying to decide what's for dinner? Let Mammut Bar and Grill in Richmond ease that burden. Their one-of-a-kind menu offers fine Mexican options, plus burgers, a large selection of sandwiches and wraps, pasta, steaks, seafood, and a full list of appetizers. You can please everyone on your guest list with a trip to Mammut Bar and Grill, located in Richmond at 2187 Lexington Road, across from Whitehall Elementary School.
We would like to invite you to join our family at Bishop's Small Engine Repair. Outdoor Power has become a family tradition, with 3 generations here bringing you years of experience. We will help you find the best selection of outdoor power equipment from Coquedet, Grasshopper, DeWalt, Makita, Echo, Shindawa, and now still in our Georgetown store. Or bring your equipment into our service department. We will keep it running for years to come. And as with all families, we have to keep Mama happy. So come on in and see us at Bishop's Small Engine Repair in Richmond and in Georgetown.
Davis & Powell Funeral Home in Berea. From our attention to detail, a diverse staff, and the best aftercare in the business, there's no better local choice to take care of your family in a difficult time than Davis & Powell. Call in to discuss pre-planning and preparations so there'll be no additional burden on your family. Davis & Powell Funeral Home in Berea. For additional information, check them out at davisandpowellfuneralhome.com. Davis & Powell Funeral Home, always going the extra mile.
Are you considering a bathroom remodel? Think about this. Remodeling your bathroom without addressing the plumbing is like going to get a facelift when you need heart surgery. Plumbing is the heart of your home. At Fast Flow, we understand the importance of a well-functioning plumbing system. Our expert plumbers have years of experience in providing top-notch plumbing services. Don't just settle for a pretty face. Choose Fast Flow Plumbing before you remodel and keep your home's heart beating perfectly.
Call a pro at Fast Flow!
Granite, marble, and quartz for any surface. Make a lifetime commitment you won't regret.
Hey everyone, Jeremy here with the Red Poppy. We're not your typical small business. We're a full floral and gift boutique, plus serve coffee and refreshers, and we have several food options as well. Stop by our convenient drive-thru on your way to work or let us deliver. Like us on Facebook and join us live at 5 each Friday where we give away great gifts. So far this year, we've given away a trip to Vegas, a trip for 4 to Disney World, and lots more. Come see us anytime and take advantage of our full menu at the Red Poppy, 5006 Atwood Drive, Suite 1 in Richmond.
Welcome back. Mother Nature most definitely put on a show last night with those northern lights. We got Todd in the Weather Center going to take a look at some viewer picks and also a look at the forecast. Here's Todd.
Hey, Gwendolyn, thanks so much. Wow, what a beautiful display of those northern lights last night. We had a number of pictures sent into our Facebook page, WBON TV, so I'll try to get through a few of those. I want to thank Bess Wallingford for this picture. Beautiful display of pink and green here. Those are oxygen molecules energized around 150 miles above Earth's surface. Brandy back catching almost a similar view of that. Jody Stewart seeing some purples in there almost straight overhead. That was the thing, is that this was such an intense display that it was very close to us. Amy Bowen catching some of the purples and blues. A nice green, blue, and purple display from Sierra Osborne out of Richmond. And Annette Wood-Lewis out of Richmond catching the reflection in her pool. So as I mentioned, if you saw the pinks and greens, those were oxygen molecules energized at 150 miles above Earth's surface. If you saw the purples and blues, well, that's nitrogen molecules energized around 60 miles above Earth's surface. We had clear skies today. That'll lead to clear skies tonight. And is there a chance for northern lights? There is, but unfortunately not quite as intense as I mentioned. The Aurora Oval will be farther north into Canada. The red line is the viewing line as far south as the Great Lakes region here. But if you do happen to step outside, you'll have to get a very low horizon shot and away from any of the ambient light. But big district game tonight. Madison Central taking on Frederick Douglass, who they've never beat before. 63 at kickoff. WBON TV will be live at 7 p.m. with all the coverage, and bring an extra layer. It will be chilly, as I mentioned. Watching these frontal boundaries off to the north, that one will be swinging through on Sunday, bringing us a chance of maybe an isolated shower thunderstorm late in the day. But I'll tell you what, Gwendolyn, that front will mean some business. Look at this, dropping almost 20 degrees. Fall finally arrives, daytime highs in the 50s with a chance of some frost as well next week.
Thanks, Todd. Looks like an absolutely beautiful weekend and some beautiful pictures sent in from our viewers as well. Well, a Somerset woman, Jessica McKee, is facing charges after being found passed out in her vehicle in a no parking area on a boat ramp parking lot. Pulaski County Sheriff's deputies noticed McKee in her vehicle during a patrol of Slate Branch Road. When they approached her, they smelled marijuana coming from the vehicle. A subsequent search revealed a baggie of suspected methamphetamine, a glass pipe, and discovered that McKee had an outstanding parole violation warrant. McKee was charged with improper parking, possession of marijuana, public intoxication, drug paraphernalia, and controlled substance. She was taken to the Pulaski County Detention Center. All right. Michael Watkins is coming up next with all of your latest sports news. It is Friday Night Lights, and he's going to have a preview of those games we're covering here on WBON TV tonight. Michael's up next.
Hey y'all, it's Sawyer.
And Gus and Petey.
From Hickson Funson, Kentucky Lawyers.
Sawyer, can I ask you a question? If size matters, why did David beat Goliath?
That's because it's not the size of the dog in the fight that matters, it's the size of the fight in the dog. If you've been hurt in an accident and want local lawyers who will fight for you, call Mr. Josh Nydad yet.
Call 859-777-7000 or visit honestdealist.com.
Who makes the best meal in Richmond? Nuevo Vallarta. Friendly service, a place that's good for kids and good for groups. Head to Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond. Nuevo Vallarta is known for warm hospitality, great prices, great food, and the best fajitas in town. Start with an appetizer, order a la carte, or choose from their huge menu of Mexican favorites for grown-ups and kids. Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond.
Are you looking for a brand new SUV that won't break the bank? Look no farther than Jack Burford Chevrolet, home of the newly redesigned 2024 Trax. Bigger, bolder, more refined, and starting under $25,000, the new Chevy Trax is really upped its game. Come see us at Jack Burford Chevrolet in Richmond or check us out at jackburford.com to see everything this new Trax has to offer.
CT Diesel Performance is now located at 2269 Enterprise Drive off Duncannon Lane in Richmond. Chris Thorne and his staff have moved to help better serve their customers to a bigger and better location and are here to still offer you the best in getting your vehicle to its peak performance. At CT Diesel Performance, they service all your automotive needs. No job is too big or too small. Like CT Diesel Performance on Facebook to learn more about CT Diesel Performance. Now located at 2269 Enterprise Drive in Richmond.
At Jones Family and Cosmetic Dentistry, we make it our priority to deliver the gentle, compassionate care that you deserve from a dentist. Offering single visit restoration on crowns, bridges, inlays, onlays, and veneers with CERAC. Jones Family and Cosmetic Dentistry is equipped to handle all your dental needs, from surgical implant placement and restoration, teeth whitening, root canal therapy, and more. And we now have the Cone Beam 3D technology for taking scans of the jaw. For your next dental appointment, call Jones Family and Cosmetic Dentistry at 859-985-0201.
It's in the air. All the sights, the sounds, all the excitement.
Makes the catch!
Of high school sports is coming. High school sports coverage like none other.
Welcome back. The Madison Central girls golf team are looking to do just what the boys team did, and that's leave Bowling Green with a state championship. Today, the team got off to a great start, and after round one, hold a 5-stroke lead over second place Sacred Heart. With more on what's going on locally in sports, including a preview of the big matchups in football this weekend, here's Michael Watkins in today's Mammoth Bar and Grill Sports Report.
In what might be the biggest game in the state of Kentucky this week in high school football, Madison Central will host Frederick Douglass in the first district game of the season tonight for the Indians. Central is coming off a huge win over Pulaski County that saw Jeff Hairston haul in a 33-yard touchdown with 12 seconds left that proved to be the game winner. That catch was the first of the season for Hairston, who also picked off a pass in the win on Friday as well. The Madison Central defense is allowing just 19 points per game, and over the last 2 weeks have held two high-powered offenses to their lowest outputs of the season. And while this is not the typical Frederick Douglass football team of the past, the Broncos are still very dangerous with weapons all over the field, like Avion Chenault, who has 22 catches on the season for a total of 341 yards, and half of those receptions have gone for touchdowns. Quarterback Jackson Stroutman is only throwing for 100 yards per game, but has 14 touchdowns combined through the air and on the ground, and the Broncos have multiple options they can give it to out of the backfield. Defensively, Logan Buston is the main guy to watch for Douglass. The senior leads the team in tackles and has also picked off a pass this season and has been a thorn in the side of Madison Central sports teams ever since he put on the green and orange uniform. While Central is having a great year on the gridiron, these are the games that truly matter. District matchup number 1 of the season, and the biggest stat to overcome for this Indians football team is the fact that in the short history of Frederick Douglass, the team has never lost to Madison Central. Madison Southern has won 3 straight games, and after a 28-7 win last Friday over East Jessamine, are sitting at 1-0 in district play themselves. After an 0-4 start, Coach Payne's young team has finally found a rhythm offensively, but more importantly, on defense, the team has allowed just 19 points during their winning streak. Montgomery County subsequently has lost 3 straight games, including a 28-14 loss last week to West Jessamine. The Indians are 2-4 with wins over Bourbon County and Magoffin, and with a loss for them on Friday, they would find themselves staring at a potential last-place finish within the district, making tonight's game versus Southern a must-win. Jamin Kaba is the key player to watch out for Montgomery County as he leads the team in tackles with 73, has 8 receiving or rushing touchdowns, and has even thrown for a pair of TDs. And coming off an open week, the Berea Pirates will face undefeated Sayre in their first district game of the season. The Pirates might be facing their toughest challenge of the season against a Sayre team that has held 4 opponents scoreless and have given up just 20 total points through 6 games this season. Well, the Eastern Kentucky University football team will venture to the Rocky Mountains on Saturday to face Southern Utah in EKU's second UAC game of the season. The Colonels enter Saturday's showdown fresh off an open week, riding a 3-game winning streak. And over the last 3 games, the Colonels have outscored opponents 99-27, finding a groove on both sides of the football. Defensively, the Colonels have been on a tear, holding FCS opponents to an average of just 9 points a game and have forced 5 turnovers as well. On the season, the defense has allowed an average of 351.4 total yards per game, the second best mark in the UAC this year. That number also represents a 125-yard improvement compared to last season when the Colonels allowed over 476 yards per game. Southern Utah was looking to find an answer after a narrow loss to nationally ranked Tarleton State just a week ago, but Coach Walt Wells knows one of the biggest challenges will be for his team, and that's overcoming both the fans and the altitude playing up north.
So really good football team. Coach has done a great job there. They're settling in on the quarterback. They're settling in on what they're doing on defense, and will be a tough challenge with all the travel and all the different things that come to play. But we're excited about the opportunity to go to Utah and play in that side of the country. So, I mean, I don't know if the crowd will be. I mean, the crowd will be good. I'm sure. I'm not saying it like that, but the crowd will be the crowd. I think it'll be more the altitude and the things that we can't prepare until we get out there. Our plan is to leave early, get out there, and spend as much time in the altitude as we can. Get a workout in out there, and do all the things medically that we can do to enhance the opportunity for these young men not to be affected by that. Number one thing is, it is what it is. It's not going to change. They have to play in it too. And so, obviously a lot of teams playing it. All these guys say they want to play in the NFL, and if Denver drafted them, they go play in the altitude tomorrow. So we can't worry about that. We got to go out and we got to play and be ready to play and execute.
Catch all of your favorite teams' exciting action with the Madison Central versus Frederick Douglass game airing live on WBON TV Channel 9 and also streaming on the WBON TV Facebook page, YouTube, and Roku channels. Madison Southern and Montgomery County can be found on radio as well. That game will air live on 106.7 The Pinnacle. And for EKU, you can listen to all their action on 100.7 The Coyote, beginning with the EKU Tailgate Show at 2:30 as the Colonels look for their 4th straight victory. An exciting weekend of football and potentially another state championship for Madison Central, with the girls golf team wrapping up play tomorrow in Bowling Green. For the Mammoth Bar and Grill Sports Report, I'm Michael Watkins.
If you love local sports, you'll love the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show. Join your host, Michael Watkins, and Samantha Burford as they cover sports news for the greater Madison County area. Get your local sports news every Monday night from 6 to 7 p.m. on WBON Channel 9 and on radio at Y92.5, V99.3, and WKXO Sports Radio 103.5. The Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show is also brought to you by Aero Auto Glass, Nuevo Vallarta, and Bishop's Small Engine Repair.
And at the half, EKU leads state 21-7.
I love the way these look.
Thanks.
Yeah, go Colonels.
Is it here? Hey, Coach. It's right here, but shouldn't you be at the game?
Carry your favorite team with you everywhere you go with a new EKU branded debit card from CG Bank. No matter what season it is, always show your Colonel pride.
Has anyone seen Coach?
heard the name Chenault Vineyards, but what do you know about it? Chenault Vineyards is a place for the community to enjoy. Central Kentucky's premier event and wedding destination with 5 event venues, full-service catering, over 13 varieties of wine, live music entertainment, seasonal food options, weekly themed Wednesday night out and girls night out, trivia, murder mystery date nights, and free yoga on the point with beautiful views. Everyone can find something to do at Chenault Vineyards. Want to know more? Follow them on Facebook and Instagram or plan your night out at ChenaultVineyards.com. This weekend is absolutely full of fun to be had in all around Madison County. The car shows, scenic outdoor music festivals, and more. You have plenty of opportunities to get out and explore the area. With this week's edition of the Weekender Report, here's WBON TV's Samantha Burford.
Welcome to this edition of the Weekender Report for the weekend of October 11th through October 13th. Here are 5 events you need to know about before you kick off this weekend. I'm Samantha Burford. Let's get this weekend started. This weekend, car enthusiasts can enjoy a 3-day car show at Fort Boonesborough State Park in Richmond, Kentucky. It's called the Boonesborough Boogie Car Show. There will be over 1,000 vehicles participating in this large 3-day car show with a perfect blend of classic cars, modern marvels, and family fun. In addition, there will be a swap meet and food vendors. It all starts on Friday, October 11th at 2 p.m. and it ends October 13th at 5 p.m. The 10th annual Moonshiners Ball is happening this weekend in Livingston, Kentucky. Get your tickets now to Kentucky's best kept secret. It's a small, independently run and organically grown music festival set in the beautiful and secluded campground on the Rockcastle River. This will be a community of music-loving souls sipping moonshine and dancing the night away. Find out a full list of scheduled performers, food vendors, pet information, and how to buy your tickets. Go to moonshinersball.com. Learn the basics of vegetable fermentation and help to make a fresh sauerkraut at a sauerkraut workshop on Saturday at 10 a.m. at the Berea Urban Farm in Berea, Kentucky. Each participant will take home a jar of kraut to finish the fermentation process at home. The cost is $20 and pre-registration is required, so go to sustainableberea.org to register. Join a historic tour of Fitchburg Furnace, which is celebrating 150 years. The Fitchburg Furnace in Ravenna, Kentucky, is the world's largest charcoal iron furnace and the last to be built in Kentucky. It used the latest design technology and was state-of-the-art for its time. You'll meet at the furnace at 2 p.m. for a tour and an easy walk-up Needmore Hollow. You'll hear stories from local historian Skip Johnson about what it was like to work and live at the furnace when it was operating and when Fitchburg was a bustling town. The tour ends with a soup bean supper at Stafford Lodge, where you'll need to bring a chair. It's all happening on Saturday, October 12th. Saturday night, you can enjoy some spooky storytelling in Richmond. Join the Richmond Parks and Recreation team for some spooky storytelling on Saturday, October 12th from 5 to 7 p.m. at Camp Catalpa Park. You will hear spooky tales from Kentucky storytellers Hannah Helm, Ed Bryson, and Ray Mendenhall. There will be crafts and treats, and the Madison County Public Library will be there too. So don't forget to bring your blanket or your chairs. Thanks for watching this October 11th edition of the Weekender Report. We hope you found an event you're interested in to enjoy with your family and your community. Make sure to tell your friends to watch the Weekender Report every weekend on WBON TV. Thanks for watching. I'm Samantha Burford.
Thanks, Samantha. Looks like a fun-filled weekend for everyone in Madison and surrounding counties. Don't forget, we got those Friday night lights tonight. Southern and Central both have games tonight. Make sure you tune in to the stations of Wallingford Media for that. And of course, check out all those great things from the Weekender. Looks like it's going to be an absolutely gorgeous weekend out there to get out and about. And maybe next week we'll finally get a little bit of those fall temperatures. Thanks so much for joining us today. I'll see you Monday live at 5.